Hi, gang. It's Patrick.
And Adam.
Coming up on today's episode, we discuss the new trailers for The Lion King and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. We also announce our next giveaway. We chat about the latest Disney news and rumors, and I recap my trip to Walt Disney World for the runDisney Star Wars Rival Run Weekend. As always, we close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello, Adam.
Hello, Patrick.
How's it going?
Fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
I'm so perfect. Thank you for asking.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you so much. It feels terrible to be home. I landed and the snow fell.
So bleak.
Here in Minnesota.
To come back to this, I'm so sorry.
I didn't even come back to it. I came back and literally landed and it started snowing.
Oh.
I was like, why? Why is this happening to me?
Oh.
It was the perfect ending. Nope, it was the worst ending. It was the worst ending to a perfect trip.
Well, for those listeners that don't know, Patrick just returned from the Star Wars Rival Run Weekend.
I sure did.
And we're going to hear all about your trip later on in the episode.
Things you didn't even want to know, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It got real.
Ooh, intriguing. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's a teaser if I've ever heard one.
You know, Patrick, last weekend in Disneyland was Dapper Day.
Ooh.
Last Sunday was Dapper Day in Disneyland.
I love seeing people's photos of Dapper Day. It's so adorable.
It makes me wish that I dressed up more. And then I think about being uncomfy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, joggers.
Yep.
Joggers are the way to go.
Yeah, I just wear no clothes at all.
Oh.
As you can see. Uncomfortable?
I've been meaning to talk to HR about that.
Yeah. I'm right here. You're talking to the whole department.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So for all of you who celebrated Dapper Day in Disneyland, we hope you had a fantastic time.
Absolutely.
And we loved seeing all of your pictures on Instagram. You guys looked fantastic.
Yeah, keep posting them.
And going back to last week's episode, Patrick, it seems like so long ago.
It was a long time for me.
Yeah,
Actually,
a long time.
Like a week and a half, it feels like.
We listed our Fab 5 rides in Walt Disney World.
We sure did.
And people on social media had some things to say.
Uh-oh.
Mostly they just commented with their Fab 5 rides.
Okay, fair. I do want to hear this because it's so controversial, I feel like. I had some conversations with some friends who are like, I don't know you at all.
Oh.
Yeah. So there we go.
Well, our friend Simon, who you can find on Instagram at SimeyBear, listed his Fab 5 as number 5, Flight of Passage. Number 4, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Ooh.
Number 3, People Mover.
Interesting.
Classic.
Yeah.
I love it. Number 2, Tower of Terror.
Okay.
And number 1, excellent choice, Simon, The Haunted Mansion.
Okay, fine. It's a great ride. I concede.
And our friend Tony, who you can find on Instagram at Anthony of Agrabah, listed his Fab 5 as number 5, Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Oh, that's a great one.
I know it is a great one.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. And really in line with like Disney's vision, right? Of like animals,
Absolutely.
nature conservation, education.
Yeah, for sure.
Great choice, Tony.
Yeah.
Number 4, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid.
I love it.
Number 3, Haunted Mansion.
Wow.
Number 2, Soarin' Around the World.
Okay.
And number 1 for Tony was Frozen Ever After.
Aw. So, Tony, you're a movie guy, it sounds like.
He likes the IP integration.
Yeah.
But then also an animal safari.
Absolutely.
And his honorable mention was the Great Movie Ride, R.I.P., Great Movie Ride.
Oh, yeah, pour one out.
Steven, who you can find on Instagram at SMTYKE,
Hi, Steven.
listed his Fab 5 as number 5, Space Mountain.
Ooh.
Number 4, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Number 3, Haunted Mansion. Number 2, Mad Tea Party.
Uh-oh.
Patrick.
Just number 2. You're incorrect.
And number 1 for Steven was Prince Charming's Carousel.
Oh, my goodness.
And he says, I love me a carousel because I'm a 3-year-old, I guess.
I understand. I understand the sentiment.
And the_basic_B on Instagram, I couldn't find her first name.
Basic B. I like it.
Commented, I also claim the Mad Tea Party as my number 1.
Yas, queen.
And I used to watch Alice when I was homesick, too.
Aw.
It will always hold a special place in my heart.
Well, you hold a special place in my heart.
Yes, she is your soulmate, Patrick.
Not so basic B after all.
So thank you, everybody, for writing in with your Fab 5 Walt Disney World rides.
Thank you. Moving on, Adam, we have just one anniversary to celebrate on this episode. We're celebrating The Watcher in the Woods, which was released on April 17th, 1980, making it 39 years old. Have you seen this movie? By the look on your face, you have not.
Do you like my vacant stare?
Yeah. You kind of look like the Watcher in the Woods.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. This is Disney's sort of attempt at a horror movie, basically.
Okay.
It's really good and really creepy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And creepy in like a, what is happening to my
Sure.
eyes and ears right now?
Sure. Can you remind me of the year? It was 39, so 79?
1980.
1980? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And who was in it?
Betty Davis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Kyle Richards, who is one of the housewives on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think.
So she was just a little girl.
She, little tyke.
Wow.
It's super creepy. So it's about this family that moves into like a small town wooded area, and there are two daughters, I believe. They begin experiencing sort of a haunting of this girl who disappeared a long time ago.
Yeah.
And one of the girls can only hear the ghost of this girl, and one of the girls can only see the ghost of this girl, and it's really creepy.
So it's like The Parent Trap.
With ghosts.
Okay.
The Ghost Trap.
Well, I'm curious now.
You should watch it. Well, you could watch it when Disney Plus comes out, I imagine.
Yeah, it seems like it would be on there.
I hope so.
I love Betty Davis. All
Yeah.
About Eve is one of my favorite movies ever.
Well, you've got Betty Davis eyes, Adam.
Do I really?
No.
Oh.
Well, you probably stole them, though, is
Yeah.
the thing. You took them.
I didn't sleep so well last night, so I definitely have later years Betty Davis eyes.
The new song is Who's Got Betty Davis's Eyes? And the answer is Adam.
Hey, I mean, souvenir.
Gross. Which is maybe a plot point in The Watcher in the Woods.
Probably.
All right. Well, happy anniversary, The Watcher in the Woods.
And speaking of movies, Patrick,
Yas.
did we have some trailers drop?
Oh, boy.
Some biggies? We have to start with The Lion King.
We do have to start with The Lion King.
Disney's live action, in quotes, Lion King.
Yeah.
That is coming out
July 19th.
2019. Give me your thoughts, Patrick.
I was actually very impressed by this trailer. Although,
Yeah.
we've been impressed before by
true.
these live-action movies,
It's
by the
true.
trailers, and then been very let down. But I have a feeling, again, I say this every time, so who knows, but I have a feeling that this is going to be an extraordinary visual film.
I totally agree. You know I'm not a fan of the remakes, or I haven't really been,
Yeah.
save the live-action version of Cinderella, which I really enjoyed.
A classic.
But man, this trailer,
Yeah.
it looks like they really nailed it.
Like, really dug in.
And kind of created a perfect hybrid of the animated film and then a very kind of realistic,
Yes.
I mean, very realistic looking movie.
I was going to say, I really like how sort of dirty they made some of the animals.
Yes.
Like Pumbaa specifically.
Yeah.
Like, just, they didn't try to cute him up. Like, he's a warthog, frankly, and he looks disgusting, and which makes him even more adorable, in my opinion. And Scar, I love how sort of
Love Scar.
gaunt he
Yes.
is,
Yes.
but still looks like an actual lion.
Scar has seen some things in his life.
He's seen some things. Yeah, I'm really impressed with what they're doing so far. It looks really great. I can't wait. We have not heard a peep from Queen Bey.
We sure have not.
yet.
Yeah, we
I
haven't.
think they are keeping her fully under wraps.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know if they're going to combine some of the Broadway songs. Like, is she going to sing Shadowlands?
Oh, yeah, it
in
seems
the
like they
movie?
would. It seems like they would.
I really hope so, because that song is so beautiful.
I mean, it's quite possible she has not even recorded her dialogue yet.
She's just waiting. She's like, call me when you're ready.
Yes.
Call me when you're ready.
Yes. Well, we had some great Instagram feedback on the trailer that we posted to our Instagram account at GDTD Podcast. Kale English 89, our friend Kale, said, I will fight anyone who says this isn't amazing and also anyone who just wants to fight.
Oh. I will not be fighting you, Kale, because I'll be standing with you in line to see the movie.
Our friend Dane, who you can find on Instagram at Daneland, said, of course, Disney found and trained real lions to talk and sing and take direction. Haters will say it's CGI.
Fair enough. Dane, I have some harsh news for you. We'll have a side conversation about it later.
Rod Meets World on Instagram said, I am so excited for this movie. Lion King was one of my favorites as a kid, and it seems like they are doing it justice as opposed to another Disney remake we got a couple of weeks ago. T emoji.
Aww.
C Miners on Instagram, our friend Callie said, so much nope. And then I said, please explain yourself, Callie.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I'm not really into these remakes of a Disney classic just for the sake of doing it, and especially without bringing something new to the story, or really thinking through what new material Disney brings to the story. Cough, Dumbo, cough.
Okay, fine. I'm still going to slap you.
Yeah, we're still a little bruised from Dumbo, but this gave me hope again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a very dark, dark place after Dumbo. And not a good, like, Tim Burton dark place.
No.
Just like a sitting in a corner, drinking and crying dark place.
Yeah, like a Tuesday for me.
Kristen _Enchanted said, at least this one won't have terrible acting in it like Dumbo did.
Jeez, you guys, we get it.
Fifi Dubois DQ, our friend Fifi Dubois, the fabulous drag queen, said, needs more Beyonce. We're with you, Fifi. We'll get it, I'm sure.
Yeah, you'll get your drag number pretty
and
soon.
Lastly, jsilva88_ says, looks cheap and is definitely not live action from the preview. I will watch, but I feel it's no different than the original so far.
Okay, I understand that. Like, if you're going to do a remake, make it a little different. And so far, it almost looks frame for frame.
Right, right.
So I understand, but I think, again, I say this every time, I think they're waiting to release the big stuff until we get closer to the date.
And I think if you're going to err on any side, you err on the side of being almost identical to the original movie, because that's what people are really looking for.
Yes.
I think a majority of people anyway.
Yes. Kind of like what they did with Dumbo. And they pulled the wool over our eyes, and we were all fooled. Oh, Dumbo, I love you so much. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, Dumbo. It's not your fault.
We're going to have a Goodwill Hunting situation with Dumbo.
Also released last week, Patrick, a trailer for a little art film known as Star Wars Episode 9, which we now know is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
So interesting.
Yes.
So many thoughts, so many opinions came flooding.
What did you think of the trailer?
Well, let me start with the title. The title is confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Yes.
I have an opinion about it.
Yep.
In that, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure 1 million Star Wars people will come at me about this, but Luke Skywalker is his secret identity name when he was hidden. It's not as though it's Leia Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker. And so that name doesn't really have anything to do with the bloodline. And so it just confuses me that if there's going to be another bloodline coming through, like maybe he has a son we didn't know about or a daughter we didn't know about, their last name isn't going to be Skywalker.
Let me put your mind at ease.
Okay.
I have a theory I'm going to throw at you.
Okay, throw it at me.
Because my brother and I were texting furiously at each other after this trailer dropped.
Yeah.
He is the biggest Star Wars nerd I know.
Yeah.
And I have, through osmosis, now become a Star Wars nerd.
Let me clarify. On like a scale of 1 to 10 of Star Wars, I'm like at a 5.5.
Yeah.
I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars. I'm just not as heavily invested. And so some of these are just maybe just questions of mine as well.
Sure.
So, okay, go ahead.
I think, Patrick, that Skywalker is not necessarily something you should think of as a name or a bloodline thing. I think in this instance, the Rise of Skywalker may refer to a new order or a new group of people. Remember how in The Last Jedi we saw the kids with like the Force powers?
Yeah.
I think Skywalker is now going to refer to that group of people like they're Skywalkers.
Okay.
Because
like the Sith.
Yes.
Now these are the Skywalkers.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Clever.
And my brother said that he thinks that now they're going to take Skywalker to mean someone who kind of bridges the gap between the light side and the dark side.
Oh.
And that Skywalker Order is kind of that group of people.
It's the balance.
It's the balance of the Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you for walking me down that path.
Well, I mean, it was really Alex, my brother, who
Thanks, Alex.
gave me those ideas, but he's just so excited, and I'm very excited for it too. And
for sure.
I mean, Patrick, the music in the trailer. We saw Carrie Fisher in the trailer.
Oh boy.
We saw some incredible action sequences. And can we talk about the last second in complete darkness and Emperor Palpatine laughing?
What the what?
Oh.
And I heard that he was on stage when they did sort of a cast, like meet and greet, not a meet and greet, but like a photo opportunity.
A panel presentation. Yeah. Last Sunday was Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. And they had an episode 9 panel with a majority of the main cast.
Yeah.
And then they showed the trailer. And at the end of the trailer, the lights came back up. And suddenly the actor who plays Emperor Palpatine came out on stage.
Crazy.
And just said, "Roll it again."
Ooh,
as Emperor Palpatine, and they all watched it again. So he's in the movie.
At least his voice is.
I think either, Force Ghost? Evil Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Or they say in the trailer, and I'm probably paraphrasing this, that no one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
We never did really see him die. We just saw him thrown down a shaft by Darth Vader.
Okay.
So...
who can say?
I know. I'll tell you who can say.
Uh-oh.
Our listeners can say.
I bet.
Because they had some things to say on Instagram.
Say it out loud.
Ann_unusual_boy said, I just know that I need to see it like now. The Traveling Husbands on Instagram said, all we know is that we are losing our minds over here. Iron_Daredevil said, Emperor Palpatine is back, and her and Simon, also known as Simey Bear on Instagram, got into a big conversation about the details of that, and I just loved it. Simey Bear said, I'm not going to lie, I teared up at the trailer. The Carrie part got me. Palpatine's laugh at the end had me screaming. Run Laura Run 28 said, oh my God, I just died and clutched my pearls at the same time.
Wow.
Lando returns. We didn't talk about that. Lando Calrissian is in the trailer.
Of course. Yeah.
He better bring his best capes to the party. And last but not least, Celtic Tigger 83 said, Matt and I are freaking out. So it sounds like people are very excited for this.
I mean, how can you not be? It was a really great trailer. They did a wonderful job. One thing that made me laugh is the droid that's sitting next to BB-8.
Rio.
Looks like a backwards Pixar lamp. Like if you turned it around.
I was thinking Dustbuster. Dustbuster knows. But yeah, his name is Rio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a cute little guy.
He was adorable. I like the little lean that it was cute. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what his role is in the movie.
Yeah. So as you all know, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker opens December 20th, 2019.
Get in line now. Since we've been talking about some listener comments, I think it's time we introduce our new Patreon patron.
I love it.
The newest member of our Patreon family is Patrick. And it's not me.
Oh.
I promise.
Oh, I'm like, Patrick, you already contribute enough.
I don't. I really don't. If I'm still sleeping, then I'm not doing my job. Is that how it goes? That's what you told me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Patrick, thank you so much for becoming a member of Patreon. It is so generous, and we couldn't be more grateful about it.
And as a reminder, anyone who donates to our Patreon can rest assured that all the money goes right back into the podcast. So it goes into website hosting, it goes into new equipment, it goes into
Jelly beans.
That's not true.
I need those.
Have you been skimming some off the top for jelly beans?
I don't want to talk about it now.
Okay.
It's for offline. No, absolutely. Yeah, all the money goes directly into what we do for Gays Do the D to keep this a free service for everybody.
Yeah.
And to make sure that we don't go poor in the meantime. Right? Patrick gave us a nice little comment I'd like to read as well, if that's okay.
Please do.
He says, the entertainment, knowledge, and joy that you deliver and the hours and resources you devote in the process is worth more than what I have given you.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that such a sweet
Patrick.
sentiment?
That made my day. It might have made my week.
I know. You couldn't be more wrong, though, because we spend more than 5 minutes, maybe, on a good day. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. It's really sweet of you.
Patrick, we sincerely appreciate it.
If anyone else out there is interested in learning about our Patreon page and becoming a member, you can go to our website at gaysdothed.com and click on that little donate button in the top toolbar.
And lastly, Patrick, for this portion of the podcast, we have a big announcement.
Yay.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, actually.
Yes.
We have our next giveaway.
I'm so excited. It's sitting on the table in front of me. And Patrick, you outdid yourself.
I know.
I love it.
So as you know, I recently went to the parks. And I was thinking, what can I get as a prize for a listener, for a giveaway? And I wanted to get some Run Disney stuff, but I was like, you know what? You probably don't want that if you weren't a Run Disney participant. And all of the exclusive Flower and Garden stuff was sold out, so I thought, Easter's around the corner. And of course, Epcot does the Easter egg hunt, the extravaganza. And two of the little prizes that you can get are Dumbo and Timothy Mouse, shaped like an Easter egg.
So cute.
Adorable as the day is long. And I thought, you know what? We need to give Dumbo some love. We've been hating on Dumbo for like 3 episodes now. It's time we say our apologies and put the hate to bed.
And we should mention, these are the animated version.
These are the animated version.
Timothy.
We have no interest in giving you the live action version anything. So we've got those two. We've got those two little Easter eggs, and then I picked up a map of where all of the Easter eggs can be found throughout the park. I didn't complete it, or didn't even start it. So it's a fresh map with all the fresh stickers.
Fresh map.
You can put the eggs wherever you want and pretend that you did the hunt. Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And then, of course, I couldn't stop there, so I picked up a pair of Dumbo socks.
So adorable.
Adorable little ears coming out of them. I just can't stand it.
Yes.
So, Adam, why don't you tell our listeners how they can win this Dumbo prize package?
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to post an image of this fabulous prize pack on our Instagram account at GDTD Podcast. And all you have to do is head over to our feed. And in the post featuring the picture of all these amazing items, you're going to comment by tagging 3 of your Disney-loving friends. Now, Patrick, on top of that, listeners can earn an extra entry if they add the post to their stories and tag us at GDTD Podcast, or repost our post to their feed and also tag us at GDTD Podcast.
Who doesn't love an extra entry?
Who doesn't love all that tagging?
This took a turn.
And the winner of all of this will be announced on our April 22nd episode.
And of course, the contest goes live as soon as this episode drops. Is that right?
It sure does. You can head over to GDTD Podcast on Instagram and enter to win.
Fantastic. Good luck, everybody.
And now, Patrick.
Yes?
It's time for some news and rumors.
I love it. As of April 1st, all guests receiving mail or deliveries of any kind to their Walt Disney World resort will incur a $6 per delivery fee. Prior to this, all packages delivered by mail to the front desk were charged a $5 handling fee, but now this also includes any delivery, food or otherwise, think pizza delivery or Amazon deliveries, to your door, along with the $1 increase in price.
Interesting. So what happens if I order a pizza and go down to the lobby and get it myself?
Well, that's the one way you can sidestep this.
Okay.
You can't sidestep the package delivery like mail.
Right.
But you can meet a delivery person at the door or outside the front gates of the resort to eliminate any sort of a fee.
Not that I've ever done that. I mean, I'm the picture of health. I would never have a long day in the parks and then go back to my hotel and order a Domino's.
We've never done that twice on the same trip. Ever.
So have you ever had groceries delivered to your room before?
I haven't, but a lot of people who have families
Yes.
do this. They will order a lot of groceries ahead of time.
Right.
So when they get to the resort, it's already waiting for them, which is super smart.
It is. It really is.
Such a money saver.
Yeah.
To reiterate, this is only $6 per delivery, so it's not like it's going to be $6 per bag of grocery or whatever.
Okay.
So each time you do order, it's going to be a $6 delivery fee. So try to get all of your orders in at one time, and you shouldn't be too bad.
What would be in your grocery order?
Like 8,000 bananas.
Okay. Potassium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
6 jars of peanut butter.
Okay.
And this is for day one.
Okay.
And some ice cream, obviously.
All right.
What would be in yours?
Spam.
Yeah.
Just cans of spam.
Absolutely.
Straight to my room, please.
Okay. That's disgusting. Sorry, Spam, but you're gross.
As we all know, Illuminations Reflections of Earth, Epcot's long-running nighttime spectacular, will be coming to a close this year.
Aww.
Last week, it was announced that the final performance of Illuminations will be on Monday, September 30th, 2019. It was also announced that the very next day, Tuesday, October 1st, 2019, Epcot Forever will premiere. Epcot Forever will be an all-new, limited-time spectacle of fireworks, music, lighting, lasers, and choreographed special effects kites.
Ooh.
That will offer both a trip down memory lane and a look towards the future as Epcot continues its multi-year transformation.
So exciting.
Classic Epcot music? Nothing better. Epcot Forever will continue into 2020 when the more permanent and unnamed replacement for Illuminations will premiere, which will chronicle how Disney music inspires people around the globe and will feature large floating set pieces, custom-built LED panels, choreographed moving fountains, lights, pyrotechnics, lasers, and more. What's the more? What else are they going to cram into that?
Glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs everywhere. I would seriously love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Seriously.
I would just be dancing in a circle going,
Yes.
yes.
As we previously reported, Epcot is offering an Illuminations dining package should you wish to say farewell to the spectacular in style.
Aw.
The dining package is available nightly at 8 o'clock p.m. on the patio of Rose and Crown Dining Room and includes a prefix menu that features a selection of Rose and Crown favorites, as well as a selection of unlimited, non-alcoholic, and alcoholic beverages for guests ages 21 and older.
There it is.
The dining package is $85 for adults ages 10 and up and $35 for children ages 3 to 9. Tax and gratuity are included and separate Epcot admission is required. For more information and reservations, visit DisneyWorld.com and search Illuminations Dining Package or call 407-WDW-DINE.
This is the package I want to get my hands on for sure.
Oh, Patrick.
You know what I'm saying?
This one?
Yeah,
Just this one?
I want to dig right into that package.
Oh, ouch.
And drink all I can. I think I've... Oh, dear.
Yeah.
We got to get out of this.
Next story, please.
Guests looking to plus up their Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party are now able to purchase tickets for the Halloween dessert party at Tomorrowland Terrace.
Diabetes, here I come.
That was grim. That was real grim.
I'm already 3/4 of the way there, let's be honest.
You're a grim, grinning ghost right now. I'm not here for it. Tickets are available for select nights during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and they include an all-you-care-to-eat buffet of sweet treats and drinks, including chocolate-dipped strawberries, cupcakes, ice cream, and baked goods made specifically for the party by Disney's master pastry chef.
Delicious.
Delicious indeed. While you eat your face off, you'll have special reserved viewing of the fireworks for that night. The dessert party is $84 plus tax for guests 10 and older, and $50 plus tax for guests 3 to 9. Valid park admission for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party must be purchased separately, and you can buy your tickets now online or by calling 407-WDW-DINE.
You've been to Not So Scary, Patrick. Is this something that you would add on to that experience?
I'd have to think about it. I do like the dessert parties, but I'm not often overwhelmed by the desserts that they offer.
Yeah.
And so the price point doesn't seem super worth it to me.
Right.
But I do like exclusive seating for the fireworks.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, and here's something to note. On the website, it does not list anything about Happy Hallowishes, which is what the previous fireworks were called.
Right.
So people are thinking they are absolutely going to have a new fireworks show this year. That would make me want to get exclusive seating to see it in a prime location, you know?
That's a great point, because it could be a madhouse this first season with a new fireworks show.
For sure. Also, something to note, there is no mention of the Sanderson Sisters show.
Oh, interesting.
Which makes me think this year might feature all new entertainment across the board. This is just my guess, but in previous years, they have absolutely listed them on the website, and I could not find any listing for that show.
2 thoughts on that.
Yeah.
I know that's an incredibly popular show, but is it time for something new?
I can get on board with that. This show is spectacular.
Yeah.
The actors in it are phenomenal, but I understand that they maybe want to do something new. And we just talked about last week that they're doing a villains after hours party. I wonder if that's sort of a preview of what they might do for the Halloween party.
That was my second thought.
Yeah.
Are they using that stage show as kind of a test for the Halloween party?
Yeah, a little party preview.
Very exciting. So you can walk around the park. You can get all the candy in the land.
All the candy in the land. There's still meet and greets with some villains and some specially costumed classic characters.
And then you just head to the dessert party, and then on top of your cupcake, you put the full-size Snickers bar that you got from trick-or-treating, and then you stack a Kit Kat on top of that.
Yeah.
And then one Gummy Bear right on top.
A Gummy Bear.
And just slam it into your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've given this some thought?
I lived it last night.
Gross.
Patrick.
Yes?
Merry Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Tickets are now on sale for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom.
I was about to call the doctor, but now I understand.
The holiday party will make merry on select nights from November 8th through December 22nd, 2019, from 7 o'clock p.m. to midnight.
Yes, Mary.
Returning favorites include a special holiday-themed parade and fireworks display. Notice the lack of title for the fireworks. Wink!
Uh-oh.
As well as magical stage shows. In addition, guests can also ride Magic Kingdom classic attractions, savor complimentary treats, and enjoy the magical snowfall
In quotes. You're doing quotes.
Snope.
For those of you at home.
Snopefall on Main Street, USA. Tickets start at $99 per person after a $10 advance purchase savings when you buy at least a day in advance of the event. To purchase tickets, visit DisneyWorld.com and search Mickey's Very Merry or call the Disney Reservation Center at 407-939-1872.
Now, some say that I'm the Mary. Is that what they're talking about?
I'm the Mary.
I'm the Mary, Adam.
That means I'm the Rhoda.
It sure does. It sure does. Last Friday, April 5th, stars of the movie Avengers Endgame assembled in Disneyland to launch Avengers Universe Unites, a charity event supporting Disney Team of Heroes, which delivers comfort, support, and inspiration to seriously ill children around the world. Paul Rudd, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, Jeremy Renner, and Brie Larson were all at the event, which raised over $5 million for nonprofits supporting children with critical illnesses, including $1 million in cash directly from Disney.
That's amazing. And I love when they give lesser-known stars an opportunity to showcase themselves. You know?
Absolutely. People who have never had their photograph taken.
Right. Just like B, C, D-list celebrities. Unknowns. Now they can make a name for themselves. Finally. Yeah.
No, never has there been a more attractive charity event.
That's true. It's true.
Man alive.
Yeah.
Oof. I'd give $1 million. I don't even have it.
Yeah. Who in that lineup is calling to you right now? Who's going to...
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I could see that. You two would be a power couple.
Yeah, we sure would.
In that all of your sexual frustrations would be so pent up,
you
could only use them to accomplish great, great things.
On Chris Hemsworth.
He would be mine.
Oh, okay.
He will be mine.
How about Jeremy Renner then?
Take him.
Thank you. So moving on from this disaster, the Lego Group, Hasbro, Funko, and Amazon donated a combined $4 million in Avengers Endgame toys and products, which will be distributed to hundreds of children's hospitals throughout the country. Chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, was also at the event and is quoted as saying, "We are grateful to have the Avengers cast take time out of their day to be a part of this effort to lift spirits and bring comfort to children during a difficult time."
I'm proud of them.
So proud.
I'm proud of their successes, and I'm proud that they're using their worldwide celebrity for such a great cause.
Yeah, good job, you guys.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just be attractive. You have to do more now.
Yeah.
Hashtag do more.
And do you know what else, Patrick?
What's up?
This story has convinced me to buy tickets to Avengers Endgame.
Finally.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, but now I'm going to do it.
I'm actually recording this in line to see it right now.
Oh.
So I'll see you there.
Patrick, we've previously discussed some of the incredible movies and series coming to Disney Plus, Disney's forthcoming streaming service due later this year. We are excited for The Mandalorian, or maybe I'm a little bit more excited for The Mandalorian.
I'm a 5.5 excited for it.
A live-action Lady and the Tramp.
I am a 10 excited for that.
Sister Act 3.
I am a 2 excited for that.
Book of Enchantment.
I am unsure of what that is.
Remember the villains? Like the villains?
Oh, I'm a 10 plus
series?
on that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. 10 plus, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Painful. Loki.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about the Scarlet Witch and the Vision series, which, Patrick, we now learned is going to be called WandaVision. One word, WandaVision.
Oh, I can't get on board with that name. I can't do it.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, last week we received a slew of Disney Plus programming news during the Walt Disney Company's Investor Day 2019 webcast, which was held on April 11th. Among the highlights coming to the company's direct-to-consumer streaming service are, first of all, the service will launch on November 12th, 2019. We have a date now.
Just in time for my birthday.
I knew you were going to say that.
It all circles back to me.
The cost of this service is going to be $6.99 per month, and that's the initial price.
Oh my gosh.
Or you can pay an annual membership of $69.99.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of a discount if you go for an annual membership.
I like that number.
And Disney will likely offer a discounted pricing option for bundling Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus, though we have no additional details at this time about that. Disney Plus will include content from Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, and National Geographic, as well as Disney, obviously. Disney Plus will also house the entire film libraries of Pixar, Star Wars, and its signature series and Disney Vault lines of classic hand-drawn animated movies like Bambi, The Lion King, and Snow White.
And Alice in Wonderland,
and
obviously.
Alice in Wonderland. On day one, Patrick, that
man.
signature series is going to be available to you.
I'm going to have to quit my job.
I'm retiring from public life. I honestly don't have that far to go to get there. But I'm going to just be at home. I've got things to do. I'm washing my hair and watching Disney Plus.
Yeah, if my boss is listening right now, get ready because I'm quitting on November 11th.
We're also going to see the integration of Fox series and movies. All 30 seasons of The Simpsons will be on Disney Plus starting on day one.
That's crazy.
The Sound of Music, The Princess Bride, and Malcolm in the Middle will appear in the first year.
Okay. I always think of those when I think of Disney.
Well, now you have to because they're part of the Disney family.
Well, we can get ready for the Princess Bride musical by watching the movie.
So exciting. 5,000 episodes of Disney Channel content and 100 Disney Channel original movies will stream on Disney Plus at launch.
Oh, man.
I feel like I'm going to regress back to prepubescent Adam.
Yeah.
And because I never really had access to Disney Channel. We weren't a cable family.
So you never saw like those live action Pooh Corner? Do you remember that when they had the actual big
I do remember that. I remember that.
Do you think that's going to be on there?
I think so.
And Dumbo's Flying Circus, I think it was called?
Weird, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to watch the heck out of those.
This is what I'm really excited about. Disney Plus will have original documentaries, reality shows, competition series, behind-the-scenes features, nature and adventure titles, and animated programming. So here's kind of some of the newer stuff that's coming to the service.
Okay.
Ink and Paint, which we may have talked about already on this podcast.
Yeah.
An 8-episode docuseries about the women of Ink and Paint.
Yeah.
From the Walt Disney Studios. That sounds amazing to me. And it includes, this is great, it includes an interview with the 108-year-old animator Ruthie Thompson, who worked on the very first Disney movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
No, wait, we've talked about her on the pod before.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Also on the service, Cinema Relics, Iconic Art of the Movies, which is a working title. And that's a docuseries about costumes and props from movies like The Pirates of the Caribbean and Mary Poppins and The Muppet Movie and Tron.
Oh.
I love shows like that where you get to look at like historic items.
They've got my number on that one.
Be Our Chef, a reality competition show that will pit two families from diverse backgrounds against each other as they try to come up with a dish that represents their family and will be served at Walt Disney World.
No.
Yes.
Do you know what I can't not watch?
What?
Cooking shows.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best in the world.
Yeah, it's really fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait.
And that one's hosted by Angela Kinsey from The Office. Angela from The Office.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
She's adorable.
Hawkeye, a new limited series starring your boyfriend, Jeremy Renner. And it will focus on his character, Clint Barton, passing the Hawkeye mantle to Kate Bishop, a fan-favorite character who has headlined her own Hawkeye comic series in recent years.
Fun.
Yeah, so it's kind of like post-Endgame, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Where his character's going.
I'm interested.
Monsters at Work, a Monsters, Inc. spin-off series that will feature the voices of Billy Crystal and John Goodman in their original roles. Yes.
Wow.
Into the Unknown, The Making of Frozen 2, a documentary about the making of Frozen 2.
Interesting.
A rumored Muppet show is coming to the service.
This will only be the 17th one, I
know.
know.
And last but not least, this is the one that I'm truly, truly, truly excited for. An untitled Walt Disney Imagineering docuseries.
Ooh.
Yes, a documentary series about Imagineering.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
That sounds amazing. I wonder if they're going to air the old Mickey Mouse Club episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about the original ones, and of course the ones with like Britney Spears and JC Chasez.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see what is actually on the streaming service, not only at launch, but what gets added eventually as the years go on.
For sure. This is really exciting news.
It is. And I think it's a great way for Disney to advertise, right? Like, parents who may not have wanted to purchase movies individually previously now have access to this streaming service, and it's basically indoctrinating children to learn to love Disney at a young age and therefore want to go to Disney World. It's all part of the, synergy of the company.
Yeah, that's really well said. I might actually just quit my job today.
Just do it.
In anticipation.
Just do it and get that divot situated in your couch just so.
Exactly. I'm going to need the time to get a lot of popcorn and whiskey to stock up for the winter.
I like how you pretend there isn't already a ton of popcorn and whiskey upstairs in your house right now.
Well, that's for tonight.
Oh.
From April 20th through the 22nd, Disney will be celebrating Earth Day in Animal Kingdom with their annual Party for the Planet.
PFTP, y'all.
Yep.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like I hoped it would.
It sure doesn't.
Whoa.
Those plosive P's are hard to package in a performance.
Wow.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Thank you. The weekend will feature unique character appearances, special entertainment, and commemorative photo opportunities. Throughout the weekend, you will have the chance to meet some of Disney's animal care experts, educators, and conservation experts. You'll also be able to watch animal feedings and training experiences specifically planned for the celebration. The celebration is all part of your regular park admission. However, if you're looking for an add-on experience for $199 plus tax, go with me on this one, and gratuity, you can make a reservation for Tiffin's Talks, a 4-course lunch featuring global dishes, desserts, and beverages, and you will be dining with Disney Imagineer and Portfolio Executive Joe Rohde.
Get right out of here.
That sounds really awesome, actually.
Do I get to feed him myself?
You do not.
Do I get to count the number of earrings in his ears?
You do.
Do I get to braid his goatee?
Again, you do not.
Okay.
You do get to look at it, though.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Okay. For those who don't know, Joe Rohde is basically responsible for all of the design and build-out of Animal Kingdom. He is incredible. Reservations for this dining experience can be made now by calling 407-WDW-DINE. Guests will also be able to meet Joe on April 20th and the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Mombasa Marketplace, where he will be on hand to sign his own artwork, a commemorative lion print that will be on sale throughout the event, while supplies last. For more information on this event, go to disneyworld.com/party for the planet.
How many "when are you fixing the Yeti" questions do you think he's going to get?
1 million.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he's going to talk about is the Yeti, I'm guessing. Or he might just start out by saying, we're fixing it. If you have a question about it, you only get 1 course of your lunch. Now scram.
Here comes a rumor, Patrick.
Rumor has it.
According to Disney Tourist blog and blog Mickey, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway may have its fall 2019 Disney Hollywood Studios opening delayed until early 2020.
I hate when things don't open when I want them to.
The Great Movie Ride Replacement will feature Mickey and Minnie in their first ride-through attraction and will combine state-of-the-art screen technology with practical effects and animatronics, giving the experience a 3D feel without the glasses. The attraction's opening was being touted as part of Hollywood Studios' 30th anniversary celebration. Disneyland is rumored to be getting a version of the ride in Toontown. Again, this is just a rumor that the ride will be delayed until 2020. Disney has not commented on the attraction's delayed opening at this time.
I must admit, this is not the first time I've heard this rumor, so I have to believe it's probably true. I also want to believe that they're probably putting all of their efforts into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Sure.
And so it makes sense.
But also, what are people going to do who can't get into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge?
Exactly. There's just simply not enough to do at Hollywood Studios right now. I mean, they are expanding, and Toy Story Land's great. It's very small, though.
Sure.
So it can only hold so many people at a time. This feels like a mistake.
It's painful, and this is truly a family attraction. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's a chance for families to have a ride in Hollywood Studios that everybody can go on. So it hurts that this won't be opening on time and won't be there kind of in place for Galaxy's Edge opening.
Yeah, I wonder how far they're going to push it out, though, because we're getting awfully close to the 50th.
Yeah.
And if big rides like that aren't open, it's like, what's the point in even going?
Yeah.
You can't experience these new attractions.
It hurts that there has not been a functioning ride in what was at one time anyway, the icon of Hollywood Studios.
Well, yeah, I mean,
for so long.
They basically replaced the icon with Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So I'm confused by this so much. I'm torn. Disney, I trust you. Hopefully you're delaying it because you want to get it right.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Again, though, this is on the tail end of them opening Galaxy's Edge early.
Sure.
So I guess it's a little of column A, a little column B. You have to give and trade a little bit, but I just want this ride to be open so bad.
And how mad do you think Mickey is right now? He is fuming?
Mickey's never mad.
I heard that he's Donald ducking over this issue. He is throwing plates, throwing cheese.
Oh, no. Mickey, calm down.
I'm a star.
Don't ever do that again.
Oh, okay. Patrick,
Yas, Adam.
as we mentioned at the top of the episode, you are freshly back
I am.
from your experience in Walt Disney World for the 2019 Star Wars Rival Run weekend.
Wahoo.
Yes.
Here I am.
And I want to know all about your trip because there were a lot of firsts on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps one of the biggest firsts,
Yeah.
the thing we need to talk about right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
You became a Walt Disney World annual pass holder. Patrick, how does it feel? You look different. You're glowing. You're positively glowing.
I feel different.
Yeah.
I want to thank all my friends and family
Yes.
for bestowing this honor upon me.
Did they help? I didn't.
They did not. They did not. It was all
Did we
me.
pass a hat?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, actually, our dear friend Amanda was the
Yes.
inspiration behind it because we forced her to do some homework for us because we were very lazy.
Yep.
And didn't want to do it ourselves.
Yep.
And she was so convincing that I couldn't not get the annual pass. It made no financial sense not to do it.
That's right. So back on episode 24, Amanda came on the podcast and she basically ran the numbers for us and talked us through what it was going to be financially for each of us to become a Walt Disney World annual pass holder. And she said you were going to save what? How much?
Hundreds. Like hundreds and hundreds. Like
I thought
around $800.
That's incredible. I
At
thought it was more
least.
than that even. Like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, depending on how many more days I was going to spend in
Gotcha.
the parks throughout the year.
So it only made sense for you to become a pass holder.
Absolutely, and it could not have been easier as well. I got off the Magical Express basically
Yeah.
and ran to the Magic Kingdom, and I got in. I used my Magic Band to get in and went straight to guest relations.
Yep.
And just said I want to upgrade my tickets to an annual pass, and they're like, "Come on in, here we go."
Wow.
And it took maybe 10 minutes,
Amazing.
and I was an annual pass holder. Pass holder.
Got it.
Sorry.
Yep.
I took a picture at the train station with
Yes.
it in front of the castle. It was so much fun, and I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
So glad. It feels like Amanda and her husband Ben were saying, it just gives you a sense of freedom in the parks. Like you just don't have to worry about getting on everything now because you've already paid for the whole year. Mm-hmm. You can come back and do things that you missed. And so it made the trip a lot more casual for me.
Sure.
And that was worth it, I think, alone.
Right.
Not including all of the discounts I was getting because I bought far too much merch, which I usually do anyways.
Shocking,
But
yeah.
it was a lot cheaper this time around.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was a great experience. I could not recommend it more if you're going to be in the parks for more than 8 days a year. Do it. Get yourself an annual pass.
Well, congratulations. We're all super excited for you and happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, but the main reason you were going down was because of the Run Disney 2019 Star Wars Rival Run weekend.
Exactly.
And you ran 2 races, is that right?
I did. It was my first time I did the 10K and half marathon challenge.
Wow.
Which, so you wake up at 2 a.m. on Saturday to get to the race,
Okay.
to do the 10K.
Okay.
And then you wake up at 2 a.m. on Sunday to get to the race to do the half marathon.
So it was back-to-back days of running.
Back-to-back days of running.
And how do you prepare for that? I'm not talking about, we know you train for it. We
Yes.
see both on our Instagram at GDTD Podcast and on your personal Instagram at Patrick Kozicki. We see your kind of training regimen, your training sheets that you follow. But when you're there in the parks,
Yeah.
do you somewhat temper your experiences early on in that visit because you're basically conserving your energy?
Absolutely. I eat one less bucket of popcorn a night.
Okay.
No, it's all about just sort of resting. I knew that I had a challenge ahead of me. I have never done this before. And I love to run and I love the races. I'm not a great runner. I'm not a speed runner. You know, I've only been doing it for a couple years. And so I wanted to give myself some leg rest. So I was in bed at my hotel by about 6 p.m.
Sure.
prior to both races. And not even sleeping so much, it's just not being on my feet.
Yeah.
The funny thing is about both races, running both races, is that it's not so much the running, because that I knew I could do. I had it under my belt. I've already done it at home a couple times for training. It was honestly waking up at 2 a.m. 2 days in a row.
Oh, yeah.
That was very taxing.
Right.
And so if you're going to do this, know that you can do the run. Just be in bed early, you guys. Do not stay up until midnight both nights. Give yourself another day in the park afterwards or a day before. You know what I mean? Like that's what I did on each end just to make sure I could still experience the parks and not worry about those race days. Because frankly, that's what I'm there for, is to do the races, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I successfully completed both races and not feel bad about it.
Did you successfully complete both races?
I crossed the finish line both times.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was the running experience? Because you train here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And prior to leaving, we had some beautiful days. But
Some.
You train in a gym, right? You train like on a treadmill?
I do. I train in the winter months because of the April run, you can only train in the winter, basically. And so I trained in a gym, either on a track or a treadmill, depending on how I was feeling that day, which is a very different experience than running full on in the race. I find that running on a treadmill is actually a little bit harder for me anyways. And so it was actually a little bit easier. And plus you have all of the other participants in a community sort of helping you along the way. And Disney does a great job of like pumping great music throughout the race and the characters on the side of the road. It distracts you. And so it's a lot of fun.
The last time you went down for a Run Disney race, you experienced some unfavorable weather.
Sure did.
Did you have that experience this time too, or were you blessed with more perfect running weather?
The weather for the 10K and the half marathon were perfect.
Great.
Couldn't have been better. It was a little bit hot on the day of the half marathon. It got a little bit muggy.
Yeah.
In fact, this is actually reassuring for all new runners out there. They tell you before the race, do not go for a personal record today. It's dangerous to do so. It's too hot. It's too muggy. Get as much water as you can and just slow down and have fun. And that's exactly what I did and most people did as well. The day before the 10K was the 5K. They did not have a great experience. It started raining just as the race was about to start.
Oh, no.
And so they had to delay the race because there was lightning in the area.
Oh, sure.
So they put everyone on buses and put them in different places to get out of the way. And then I think it was delayed at least a couple of hours. And so I don't even know if it was a full 5K that they got to run, which is unfortunate. But so many people still completed the race and had a lot of fun, and their shoes were wet for the next 3 days.
Sure.
But, it's just, you go with the flow while you're doing these races. You never know what's going to happen. And they still had a lot of fun. So congratulations to all those 5K runners out there. Something that I think you've asked me before, and I never really had the numbers, but I made sure to look it up this time. 11,000 participants completed the 10K.
Oh my gosh.
And 12,000 participants finished the half marathon this year.
Wow.
Incredible numbers.
Yeah.
So much fun. You guys get out there and do these races. It's incredible, and you meet so many great people. It's just wonderful.
And if our listeners are interested in participating in the races, Patrick, where can they find more information?
You can simply go online at runDisney.com, and it'll have all the information to register, when you can register, and some great training programs as well to follow.
Fantastic. So on top of the fact that you ran 2 races this time as a first experience, this was also your first solo trip to Walt Disney World.
It was.
Tell me about it.
It was a lot easier than I had anticipated.
Okay, what were you expecting going into it? Or what were you fearful of or excited about? Like, what were your thoughts prior to the trip?
I was a little nervous, although here's the thing. I'm an introvert by nature, and so I don't mind being by myself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But when you're in the parks, there's something really fun about going with a friend or a loved one and getting photos with them. And so I was nervous about, like, am I going to look like a fool being by myself, getting photos with myself, sitting on rides by myself? And honestly, I didn't feel that way at all.
Good.
It was a really magical experience, and so many other people are doing the same thing that you're doing. You take notice of them, and they take notice of you, and you start talking to each other, and you start building new friends and a community, and everyone there is just there to have a good time, and nobody cares whether you're with 50 people or by yourself. So that was really freeing. So I took, as you can probably see on my Instagram and on the Gaze to the D Instagram, 1,000,001 pictures, and I had a blast doing it. It was so much fun. And doing the single rider line rides, you get on those rides so quickly by yourself. You can do whatever you want and not feel bad about, like, oh, is my partner going to like this? You know what I mean? I always worry about that. Of like, I don't want to take control because I don't want to have them have a bad time. So this time around, it was sort of just all about me and doing what I wanted to do. And it was a blast.
It was freeing to be on your own schedule?
Absolutely. 100%.
And did you find yourself a little bit more loosey-goosey with that schedule because of that? Like, I'm sure you had fast pass plans, right, going into this trip. But did you give yourself permission or just find that you were taking more detours on whims to explore things or maybe check out things that you hadn't necessarily paid much attention to before?
Absolutely. I had 3 fast passes each day set up, and I don't think I once used all 3 of the fast passes at the same time, as intended at least, because sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'm done being at Animal Kingdom right now. I'm going to run over to Epcot and do whatever I want to do over there. And it was so easy to do because I wasn't, again, worried about making someone else upset. You know what I mean? Yeah, lots of detours. It's like, you know what, I'm hungry right now. I'm going to sit down and have a meal and chat with a friend on my phone. You know what I mean? Whatever I wanted to do. I listened to our podcast while I was walking around. I didn't have to worry about anything, and it was so freeing.
That would be something that would make me the most self-conscious is dining.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people might feel this way because even when you go out to a restaurant on your own, it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah.
What was that like in the parks to be dining alone?
I didn't even think about it, to be honest. It just felt so natural. And they have so many tables that are set up for 2 people or whatever, and that's what they're there for. Just have your own little corner and eat your food, enjoy, take some pictures. It gave me some time to sort of reassess what I wanted to do for the rest of the day.
Right.
I didn't even think about it. Honestly, it felt really natural.
I think what would be so great about that experience at several locations in Walt Disney World would be a bar option. Like if you're able to like sit up at a bar, amazing, because then there's not that sometimes weird experience of like facing a restaurant with no one sitting across from you.
Yeah.
And also, I think, too, a lot of times when you go to Walt Disney World and it's such an intense experience, you need that time to kind of check out from your partner or whoever you're traveling with and just kind of have some quote unquote alone time, even though you may still be with them. Whereas in this instance, you'd kind of be able to recharge on your own at your own pace.
Absolutely.
And kind of really assess how you were feeling as opposed to always being concerned about how your partner was feeling.
For the first time ever, I actually like took breaks and went back to the hotel for a while and just took like a 20-minute nap.
Sure.
Which was exactly what I needed to recharge.
Yeah.
And frankly, because of the race, I get so focused on the race, it was nice to be able to only focus on that and not expel extra energy to the people around me, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was a very unique experience, and I would do it again. I don't need to, but I would absolutely do it again because I now know that I'm comfortable doing it.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So on top of not only doing 2 races and this being your first solo trip, you also experienced some other firsts on this trip.
Yeah.
Tell me about those.
So the day after the race, and I had signed up for this months and months in advance, I did the Up Close with Rhinos tour at Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
It was, you guys, do this tour. I'm telling you right now.
Was it so horny? Just so horny.
Absolutely. Full of horns. So you call the reservation line, you make your reservation, they give you a little confirmation number, and then the day of, you show up at this little kiosk that's right outside the Kilimanjaro Safari, and they give you a little name tag, and then it's about a group of 8 to 10 people, I think, so it's a small, intimate group. They take you backstage at Animal Kingdom, which is really cool to see. So you're seeing some of the characters walking around and some of the actors walking around, and you're like, oh my gosh, I am behind the scenes at Disney right now. Fun fact, I don't know if you can see it from the front. I tried to see it. The mountains in Pandora, there's these 3 mountain peaks, teeny tiny, that form a hidden Mickey that you can see from backstage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. But unfortunately, I couldn't get a picture because you're not allowed to have your camera or your phone out for this backstage tour because it's highly confidential stuff that's back there. So they put you on a little bus and they take you to the Rhino Den. And you get to meet 2 white rhinos. And it was absolutely breathtaking.
They weren't free roaming, obviously. They were contained in some way.
They're in their pen of where they go at night. So we got to meet 2 rhinos. We met the youngest rhino in Animal Kingdom, the most recently born Kiyama, who I believe is about 3 to 4 years old right now.
Okay.
And her mother, Kendi, who is, I think, right now the only matriarch in Animal Kingdom currently.
Cool.
So they were both there, and I did not know we were going to get to do this. We got to pet the rhinos.
What did it feel like? A dinosaur? Dinosaur skin?
I mean, I haven't pet a dinosaur before.
You haven't?
But actually, I kind of have because rhinos are very old to the world. It felt like really hard and hairy leather.
Okay.
Or like a hairy street.
Okay.
Their skin is so thick and so rough and covered in mud as well. I immediately started crying as soon as I got to pet the rhino. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you going to have that kind of connection with that animal, that type of animal?
And I think all of us had no idea we were going to get to do that. They don't specifically say that you will, because I think maybe sometimes it's not a guaranteed thing to do. And so we were all looking at each other like, what?
Yeah.
What do we get to do? It was amazing. We were all, like, the whole group was just crying during the whole experience. It was a beautiful, unique experience. Some interesting things that we learned on this experience is that the white rhino, the name is kind of a misnomer. They're actually called white rhinos, which is Afrikaans for wide, which refers to their mouth.
Oh, interesting.
So the white rhino, their mouth is a little bit wider than a black rhino's mouth is. And so the English translation was a misstep because they were hearing white and they go, oh, obviously that means white.
Right.
So we're going to call him the white rhino. And then they were like, oh, the opposite of that is black. So the other one must be a black rhino.
Okay.
Which is silly because neither one are black or white. They're all gray.
Right.
So, all right, Americans. What are we even doing right now? Some other things to note is that there are around 20,000 5,000 southern white rhinos left in the world, which is not a lot. There are only 2 northern white rhinos left in the world, and they're both female, unfortunately. So that animal is basically considered extinct now, which is really sad. And there are only about 5,000 black rhinos left in the world. So we've got some work to do, and Disney is doing a really good job at pulling every string they can into conservation for these beautiful, enormous animals. They're unfortunately hunted and poached for their horns, which is believed by far too many people to have medicinal benefits.
Right.
When in fact, there are absolutely zero benefits for humans. In fact, humans are unable to break down the keratin, which is what the horns are made out of, which is basically the same protein that your hair or your fingernails is made out of. And so the only creature, I believe, in the world who can break that down are cockroaches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of efforts being made to educate people that this is absolutely untrue. Nothing comes out of these horns that we can do anything with. So it absolutely has to stop. Unfortunately, 3 rhinos every day are killed for their horns. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, people. So go online, do some research. If you are able to donate to the conservation of these animals, do so. They are in desperate need of it. And all of the money that you pay to go on this tour goes directly into Disney's efforts to the conservation specifically of rhinos in the world.
Amazing.
Yeah, good job, Disney. It was fantastic. A shout out to Robin and Jess, who were the rhino keepers that day. They were so knowledgeable and fun. It was so beautiful to watch the rhinos interact with them because they absolutely do have relationships with the rhinos, and it's the cutest thing in the world. I asked what rhinos look like when they sleep because I love animals sleeping. Yeah. And they said oftentimes they will lay down on their sides with their legs sticking straight out, much like a puppy would. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to see that. And I looked up some pictures, and it's the funniest thing in the world. The funniest thing in the world.
Cute.
Yeah, it was adorable. So that was absolutely something everyone needs to do.
And will you remind our listeners how much that tour costs?
You bet. It's only $40 to do this tour, which is such a good deal.
Yeah.
You can go to the Walt Disney World website to learn more about the tour, or to make your reservation, you can call 407-WDW-PLAY, P-L-A-Y.
What were some other firsts you experienced on this trip?
Well, you know what, Adam? After running the 10K and the half marathon and then doing the Up Close with Rhinos tour, I thought, what else should I do today? What's a great idea? And that answer was 4 parks in one day.
Patrick?
What's wrong with me?
Patrick. You did it, though.
I did do it.
Amazing.
Sorry, not sorry, Miss Jackson. I did it.
Yeah.
It was maybe the most ill-advised plan of my trip, but I had a blast doing it. And what I did was, after I was in Animal Kingdom for a little bit, I started texting some friends, you included, and my husband Dan, and some people on Instagram, and said, what park should I go to next? You get to choose your Patrick's Adventure. So the next park was Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
So I traveled over to Hollywood Studios, went on Star Tours.
Yes.
Had a vodka lemonade.
Yes. Simultaneously?
Simultaneously. And then I was like, I'm a little too tired to do more than that at each park.
Sure.
So the next vote was for Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
So I hightailed it over to the Magic Kingdom.
So you did not take my advice and go to Epcot then, even though you were right next door.
It was a vote. It was a vote situation. You were outvoted.
The Russians.
Sorry to tell you, yeah.
The Russians sent you to the Magic Kingdom.
All of those bots were up in my Instagram. So I went over to Magic Kingdom and I went on Splash Mountain.
Of course.
Which was so much fun. I got right on because when you're going there by yourself, you can get a fast pass for almost anything.
Sure.
It's crazy town.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I just went on Splash Mountain and then went over to Epcot. So I got on the monorail.
Yep.
Did not get stuck.
What?
No doors fell off.
That is the true miracle of this trip.
It is. It was a Christmas miracle. And then I went on Spaceship Earth. Walked around a little bit, had some food, and called it a day. That was my last day in the park. So I did all 4 parks on my last day in the park.
Amazing.
It was super fun. I'm glad I did it. I'd never done that before.
And lastly, Patrick, we need to talk about the new friends you made on this trip. So many people, so many great photos of people that you met while you were down there.
Yeah, it was a really... I don't mean to sound trite, but it was a really magical experience meeting a lot of our Instagram followers. The first day I was there, I met so many people.
Yeah.
It was really a great coincidence. So Randy, Magical Travels with Randy, who I met before, was there with his family. And so I got to take a picture with him. We chatted for a little bit. He's so delightful. You guys follow him. He has such a good time in the parks. His joy is palpable. It's so wonderful.
I love that.
He's a great guy. I can't wait to talk to him some more. And hopefully, he's there a lot. So I feel like we'll run into him at some point again.
Absolutely.
That same night, I met Dave and Nick, who are Sky Guy 747 and Jen Kausk Nick on Instagram.
Okay.
They're from Canada. They were both running, I think they did the Kessel Run, which means they did a half marathon on their own at home, the virtual series.
Right.
And then they did the 10K and half marathon here at the Run Disney event.
Okay.
Oh boy, that is a lot of running.
Yeah.
Well done, you guys. And they both completed, which was great. They are so delightful, super charming. Couldn't have been having more fun. They love Trader Sam's. I didn't get a chance to have a drink with them, but they, I think, were trying to collect all of the mugs at Trader Sam's.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, good luck with that run, you guys. They are so great. And then also that evening, I got to meet Mark, who is iMarcophone.
Oh, sure.
One of our Atlanta Ds.
Yes.
He was so great as well. His husband, of course, is Roger. They're the ones who sent us those amazing products,
Yes.
which I brought with me to the parks because I was like, my skin's going to be good for these photos. He was a delight. We, of course, went and got a picture in front of the purple wall.
Yes.
Because we're basic Bs.
Yes.
Basic Ds, I guess.
Basic Ds.
And then another photo in front of the castle, and we chatted for a while. He had just gotten the orange bird from Epcot.
The Sipper.
The Sipper,
Yes.
which is adorable. And it's tinier than I thought it was going to be. It looks really enormous, but it's a little cute little guy.
Yeah.
So that was a delight. And then the next day in Epcot, I met Kale, who is Kale English 89 on Instagram. He is just a ball of joy.
Yeah.
He and his whole family, not his whole family, but some members of his family were there. Hi, Sadie. Hi, Grayson. That's his niece and nephew.
Oh, cute.
Sadie and I are best friends right now.
Oh.
We bonded over Rapunzel.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
She's our favorite princess. They were such a joy to meet. So great. They had just gotten there.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were a little bit, I think they drove there. And so they're a little bit tired. And I was like, I'm going to let you guys have some fun. It's really good to meet you. And then actually 2 days later, I was just tramping around Magic Kingdom, waiting for the fireworks to start. And I ran into them. They were just coming off of the Magic Carpet Ride. And so I was like, hey guys. And I snuck my way into them watching the fireworks as well. So I got to watch Happily Ever After with them, which was so fun to watch his niece and nephew watch the fireworks.
I bet.
It was a delight. They couldn't have been nicer, the whole family. It was really magical. So thank you guys for letting me tag along with you and tricking my way into your family. You're my family now too. And actually, earlier that day, I got to meet up with Eric and Joey, who are Insta Eric K and Joey P tweets, respectively, on Instagram. Frequent listeners and commenters on, I believe, Gays Do the D.
Yes.
We got to go to Trader Sam's and have a drink together.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was super fun. They are great. They actually got married in Disney World.
Oh, wow.
I believe on the boardwalk. If you go follow them, they have so many beautiful pictures of their wedding. I was so jealous. I slapped them both and made them buy me a drink.
Yep, that's how it's done.
And then I bought them a drink too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was super fun. All of these people couldn't have been more nice. And I say this with all sincerity. I know that they are going to be in my life for a long time just because we share this amazing bond. You know what I mean? You've met people in the parks before. You just share this intense bond with each other that is like no other. You know what I mean? You just have so much in common right off the bat. And we were all commenting on how funny it is that you make these relationships online sometimes.
Right.
Of like, hey, you're just sort of a name and a picture. And then when you meet them in person, it's like, oh yeah, you're real. This is all really happening right now.
A shared enthusiasm over anything can really bond people together. But
Yeah.
I think it only intensifies when you're actually in the location, in our instance anyway, when you're at a Disney park, meeting someone who is also a huge Disney fan.
Exactly.
It just immediately brings you together and gives you so much to talk about.
Exactly. And what's better than sharing a joyful experience?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that should be the mile marker in your life, right? These shared joys. It makes those moments so much more special. Like when I got to watch Happily Ever After with Kale and his family, I fell in love with the Magic Kingdom and Happily Ever After fireworks in a way that I hadn't experienced it before. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was just sort of, it was all a new experience for me, and sharing it with people who love it as much as I do is such an imprint in my life now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was so fun. I think across the board, because I was sort of out of my comfort zone and then meeting all these wonderful people and experiencing new things for the first time, I rekindled a relationship with Disney that I don't feel like I had before. Of course, I've always loved Disney and Disney World, but
Right.
this sort of like brought me to another level. It was such a magical experience that I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, if you've been following my Instagram, I started up a relationship with one Donald Duck.
Oh, you sure did.
In the parks.
Figment has been pushed aside.
No, Figment's still there. Quite frankly, Figment has been on so many travels with me, his neck is starting to get a little loose. So I was like, I need a new travel buddy. And I saw Donald Duck and I was like, that's my man.
Yeah.
That's my new babe.
Yeah.
So we took a lot of pictures together, me and Donald.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a little relationship, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Are you ducking on a regular basis, would you say?
I'm ducking this question right now.
Non-stop ducking?
For sure.
So, Patrick, if anyone wants to check out the pictures on your personal account on Instagram, they can head to
Patrick Kazaki at Instagram. That's just my name.
And we also have several of Patrick's photos posted on our podcast Instagram account at GDTD Podcast.
Absolutely. So yeah, as I've already said, this was a very unique trip for me, and it was such a special moment in my life, and I couldn't thank everyone who I met any more than I've already thanked you, and watch out because I'm going to be in your life more than you want me to. So I apologize in advance.
I can say from experience, we met and you told me that, and I laughed it off. Mm-hmm. And now here we are hosting a podcast together, and I can't escape. I'm trapped.
It's true. I swallowed the key. I would actually love to know if anyone out there has experienced going to Disney by themselves. What were your tips and tricks, maybe? And what was your experience? I would love to hear from you, because maybe there's some things that I didn't do that I should look at doing if I do this again. Or maybe was it not for you? Do you prefer to travel alone? Do you prefer to travel with other people? Who can say? You can send us those thoughts via email at info@gaysdothedeed.com.
Or you can reach out to us on social media at GDTD Podcast. You really inspired me, Patrick, to explore Disney parks on my own. I know that we have a trip to Disneyland planned in October.
Yeah.
And you're no longer invited. I want to do it alone.
Okay. Well, I'm still going, but...
So we'll just part ways as soon as we land?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, see you on the plane on the way back. Bye. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Patrick.
Do you have any idea what time it is right now?
Yes.
Good.
It's Quick D time, Patrick.
Yay!
It is Quick D time.
It's quick to get to that D.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Quick D is when Adam and I ask each other a question that we have not been privy to previous to this recording, and we answer it on the fly, and that's it. It's quick and D-ful.
It's delicious.
Oh. What do you say I kick us off with some quick D right in your face?
Kick me right in the puss.
Oh. I'm going to kick you in the D real quick. I've got a real serious question for you, Adam.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Animal Kingdom is in need of a new parade.
Okay, yeah.
Tell me what that parade is.
Okay.
What's it called? What's the theme?
All right.
Who's in it?
Okay.
All that and more.
Great.
Go.
The new parade that Animal Kingdom is premiering immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as we finish this podcast.
Good.
Is called Kingdom of Fur.
Yeah.
And it is...
Unpack that fur for me.
A hairy experience.
Great.
Wild beyond belief.
Okay.
And it features several gigantic floats of animals you can experience throughout the parks.
Oh.
But they are, in fact, showcasing their kinks.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's all about celebrating the animal kingdom.
The animal kingdom.
The animal kingdom. Yeah. Yeah. And it is quite the experience.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's 21 and older. 21 and up.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, keep the kids out of this one.
Maybe it's an after-hours event.
Oh, it could be. That's a good call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom After Dark.
Pick any disco song, and let's just make that the soundtrack for this.
Yeah, I like it.
Maybe it's Raining Men.
Oh.
Maybe it's We Are Firmly.
Okay, got it.
It's not We Are Family. It's We Are Fur-mally.
Probably anything by Gloria Gaynor.
Anything by Gigi.
Yeah. Oh, Gigi.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're close.
So I think this would be popular. What do you think?
I think it would be popular in very specific communities. Mm-hmm. Those looking for fur.
Well, if there's one thing we know, it's that Disney's really trying to reach a niche audience.
Yeah, they sure are.
They're tired of mass appeal, and they really want to focus in on maybe those communities that are a little bit more wild, a little bit more...
Adventurous.
Because, like, what are some of the kinks that the animals are showcasing in the parade, Patrick?
Oh, dear. I can't even... Yes, I can.
Bondage.
So much.
Yeah.
So much of that. A lot of food play.
Yeah, and also, again, synergy, cross-promotion, because you can find those food items then at several other locations throughout Animal Kingdom.
Absolutely. Is there any special merch one might purchase?
A lot of handcuffs.
A lot of handcuffs.
Fur-based handcuffs.
Yeah.
All synthetic, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Whips.
Yeah, who doesn't want an animal print whip?
Yeah, or like just a jock strap.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that looks like a safari vest.
Oh, my.
So there's a lot of zippers on it, and it comes with a pith helmet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A lot of zippers that don't really do anything at all. They're just
there
for
show.
Aesthetically.
They're just for show. There's one
Yeah.
that can hold...
Careful.
I was going to say
Yeah.
some lip balm.
Yeah.
Because your lips can get dry.
Yeah, it's a little coin purse.
Yeah.
If you will. No, I frankly don't want a zipper anywhere near that region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a kink, though. I mean, people, sometimes they get into that, you know?
That's fair.
We should also say there's hoods.
They're called zippies.
Zippies. Yeah.
Hoods.
You know, like a yeah.
I know what you meant. Oh, dear.
Maybe there's a giraffe wearing a schoolgirl uniform.
There's absolutely a giraffe. Yeah, I like that you're doing a little saunter right
Strutting.
now, as though you are a giraffe currently.
Strutting and working it.
Yeah. Is there a grand marshal to this parade?
Thank you for asking. There absolutely is a grand marshal to the parade.
You're welcome.
The master of kinks. Who is actually Joe Rohde. Did you know that Joe Rohde is leading the parade?
Yeah.
And he is...
the master of ceremonies. You know what I mean?
It's a stretch, but I'm going to go there with you.
Well, that's another kink as well. The stretch.
Okay, enough of this. I mean, there's only so far we can go with it without just getting completely inappropriate.
There's only so far we can go.
I think we may have gone there.
Only so far.
It's time for my quick D question.
I'm ready for that quick D.
Patrick.
Yes, Queen?
In light of your recent solo trip to Walt Disney World, Disney Parks is implementing a new program where solo travelers, tourists can be adopted and or adopt celebrities to join them on their vacations if they wish.
Such a good idea.
Yeah. Specifically, celebrities that have been in Disney films, because it will promote a sense of goodwill and also promote the films and the Disney products that they were a part of.
Smart. It's smart.
So let's say you weren't feeling the solo trip. You went to guest relations.
Yeah.
And you were saying, I need some relations. Who are going to be my relations? Let's just say 3. Pick 3 Disney-related celebrities who you are going to choose as your travel buddies as you tour the parks.
Okay. Well, first I'm going with Flynn Rider.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That Smolder, though?
This is shocking no one, this choice.
No, it shouldn't. That Smolder, though.
I was thinking like real people, but now you're going animated.
I'm sorry, have you seen him in the Festival of Fantasy Parade?
Okay, so you're choosing a character actor.
Yes, ma'am.
As a celebrity.
Yes, ma'am.
Riding that axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, I often watch the parade from both sides of the street.
Yeah.
You know why.
Yeah.
Both views are great.
I don't think that's the first time you shared that sentiment on this podcast.
It's not
obsessed.
And it won't be the last.
Okay. Put it on a t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Flynn.
Yep.
We've got Flynn.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 is, I'm going to throw you on this one a little bit.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow.
You are asking for trouble with this one because, first of all,
yes,
you are now touring a Disney park with Johnny Depp, which I think might be dangerous to begin with.
No. I mean, I like a little danger.
Okay.
Let's be clear about that.
Second,
yeah,
the amount of men and women you would have screaming and pawing at Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be able to get anywhere, would you?
How very dare you? They're screaming and pawing at me, Adam.
Oh, that's right.
How very dare you.
Clearly between you and Johnny Depp,
yeah,
they're choosing you.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this dream scenario, because it's never going to happen, let's be very clear about that.
Excuse me.
That's true. My birthday is around the corner in 6 months. But in this scenario, we have free reign of the park.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Okay. So it's just you.
Yeah. It's an
and your
after
travel
hours.
buddies.
Yeah. It's an after hours event.
Has Johnny Depp bathed in several days before this experience?
I can't recommend that he has.
He probably hasn't.
Well, listen, I like the smell of booze and regret. That's all I need in my life.
Yep.
And some guy liner.
Yeah,
Listen, Captain Jack, yas, please.
Are you being real right now? Like, do you really love Captain Jack? Like,
I really love Captain
as a sex
Jack.
symbol?
Mm-hmm.
How many venereal diseases do you think Captain Jack has that you now have? Because you are in immediate proximity to him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need to answer that. I just want to pose that question. I want you to think about it.
I made my choice.
Okay, great.
I've made my choice.
I would suggest visiting a clinic immediately after this trip. Your third choice is who?
One Chris Evans.
Okay, so dude. You've only chosen dudes.
Yep.
Okay.
Enough said.
Chris Evans, huh?
Yeah, man.
Do you, of all the Marvel Chris's, is he the Chris for you?
Yeah, he's the one that I would ride around that park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
He's almost the exact opposite of Johnny Depp in every way I could imagine.
Hey, I like a smorgasbord of of dudes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
My taste knows no bounds.
Chris Evans with a beard or without a beard?
Without a beard.
Okay, so you like Captain America, the First Avenger, clean-shaven Chris Evans.
I sure do.
Okay.
I sure do. When he's wearing those sweatpants and the white T-shirt and, and the boxing situation.
Yeah.
I need a minute.
And are you the boxing bag in that situation?
How very dare you?
I mean...
I'm the sweatpants. Is this far too inappropriate for our listeners at home?
I just created a parade in Animal Kingdom full of animals with kinks, so I think we're in the clear.
You sure did.
You are clearly the one who is staying above the bar here.
And fun fact, all of these people chose me. It's not as though I chose them, Adam.
Right.
I just said yes to the dress.
So you walk into guest relations,
Yeah.
and they're just standing there waiting for you, and they say, I choose Patrick. I want Patrick. Hot.
Thank you so much.
It sounds hot. I like it. I'm into it.
It sounds truthful.
Yeah.
I'm living my truth right now.
And after your long day in the park with these three gentlemen, then what? Like, you've had fun in the parks, but is the day over?
No. The rides have just begun. That will do it for this episode of Gaze Do the D. Thanks for listening. Ratings and reviews are greatly appreciated and help people find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. To become a patron of the podcast, visit our website at gazedothed.com/donate. For a donation of any amount, you can receive exclusive Gaze Do the D content and help us continue to bring you the very best Disney news and discussion. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gazedothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See ya real soon.